Hey guys, Level Cap here, and this week in gaming we have new Battlefield 2042 gameplay details, the New World beta didn't kill GPUs after all, a day off of Twitch had a big impact, and much more. DICE revealed the first new gameplay footage of Battlefield 2042 since the videos of Portal launched a month ago. The video is a 90-second overview of 4 operators, and while we already covered a lot of the footage in great detail, eagle-eyed members of the Battlefield community spotted a few new details worth mentioning. 2042's hit markers are more dynamic than the previous games. The new system is similar to Firestorm's. Blue hit markers indicate hits on armor, yellow is a headshot, and red is a kill. 2042 has a lot going on in terms of player health, armor, and ammo effects. Getting feedback about how much damage you're doing will be vital in 2042. Some specialists can even grab armor from downed enemies. It seems like other specialists will be able to equip armor via some sort of supply crate system. And adding in armor mechanics can easily be disruptive to your muscle memory and makes gunfights feel more inconsistent and possibly frustrating. Being more aware of your opponent's armor values during a firefight could potentially help mitigate some of that frustration. The community reaction to this hit marker system has been very mixed. That being said, it does seem like it's very much a work in progress. One of the developers posted on Reddit saying that they'll be different in the open beta and will still be getting tweaks at launch. As for why the hit markers appear below the center of the screen, that is a bug. It'll be fixed for the open beta. Other UI elements like the kill feed and score indicators are also getting changed before launch. The typical UI customization options that we've seen in previous Battlefield games will be available in 2042. These include crosshair, hit indicator, kill indicators, and more. As for the defibrillator revive animation, apparently it's a placeholder. DICE are still tweaking this system, so expect a more refined experience in the final game. Apparently the footage in this video is actually from a pre-reveal media event back in June. DICE improved some graphical elements for the final video, but press are saying it's pretty much identical otherwise. You can expect more gameplay videos like this to be released before launch that covers more specialists. The open beta is likely going live towards the end of the month. Graphics cards that were allegedly being killed by Amazon's MMO New World might not have been damaged by the game itself. EVGA's investigation of the 3090 GPU sent to them for repair revealed an issue with how VRM MOSFETs were soldered. These components are responsible for power delivery, so if there's something wrong with them, the GPU is pretty much guaranteed to break at some point. Fortunately, it doesn't sound like these issues were widespread. EVGA says the poor workmanship was limited to one batch of GPUs, and there was only 24 GPUs sent out for repair that exhibited the problem. Many New World players believe the game was responsible for the hardware failures because its main menu ran at a totally uncapped frame rate while being incredibly demanding. Sitting in the game's menu was basically like running a GPU benchmark. That said, even the most demanding benchmarks shouldn't brick any GPUs. It's still good to know that the issue was with the manufacturing process and not a critical design flaw that other games could potentially trigger. Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two, is going after a community-developed attempt at reverse engineering the source code for Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City. They had previously issued DMCA claims against the project on GitHub, which took them offline. However, one of the developers on the RE3 project counterclaimed. This reinstated his files on GitHub, but also opened him up to a potential lawsuit. Unfortunately for the dev, that's the route that Take-Two have decided on. They're suing the developer of the RE3 project, claiming that he sought unlawfully to copy, adapt, and distribute to the public infringing source code of the 2 classic GTA titles, Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Other mod developers are shutting down their projects out of fear that Take-Two are on the warpath. Reports claim that Rockstar are remastering the classic GTA games, so it makes sense that they wouldn't want any sort of confusion or mixed competition from those new titles. The Day Off Twitch protest had a noticeable impact on the platform's average concurrent viewers. Numbers were down by 1 million viewers at the end of the day. That's a drop of roughly 5 to 15% for the entire day. The protesters are demanding Twitch take action on hate raids, which have swept the platform in recent months. To date, Twitch have promised action, but they haven't revealed any improvements to chat moderation or tools to combat the issue. They sent an email out yesterday acknowledging hate raids. They claim that they have new protections in development, but don't want to reveal what they are ahead of launch. Twitch's lack of action has opened the door for other platforms to help streamers deal with hate raids. Live streaming tool platform Streamlabs announced a new safe mode feature that automatically enables specific chat settings and moderation tools. With safe mode on, it should be virtually impossible to hate raid a streamer. And while this is good news, it still shouldn't take a third-party platform to provide tools for Twitch. Not every streamer uses Streamlabs, nor should it be required to have a positive experience on Twitch. An early build of Overwatch 2 will be used for the 2022 Overwatch World League. Current reports suggest that the game is launching in the second quarter of next year. The 2022 Overwatch League season starts in April. Competitive players will probably be playing the game's beta. Overwatch 1 had a beta that went from October 2015 to May 2016. It's tough to say if Overwatch 2 will have such a long beta phase, but at this point, it seems likely. The next-gen upgrade and first DLC expansion for Cyberpunk 2077 are still happening this year. Maybe. CD Projekt Red confirmed that the expansion is in full production and that they're aiming to launch next-gen versions of Cyberpunk and The Witcher 3 later this year. Speculation suggests that the next-gen upgrade for Cyberpunk will be its enhanced edition. CD Projekt Red did this previously with The Witcher 2 and 3, essentially re-releasing a slightly remastered version of the original game. The Crysis Remaster Trilogy is launching on October 15th. The remaster for the first game got a mixed reception. Some felt that it didn't do enough, while others thought that it changed too much. Either way, it updated the original game to modern standards and helped preserve the classic title for future generations. The remaster of 2 and 3 probably won't be such a big deal for PC players. Console players will certainly appreciate the upgrade though. The console version of both titles are notoriously unpolished, and footage of the remaster editions does look quite incredible. Microsoft Flight Simulator's Top Gun expansion has been delayed to May 2022 because of the movie being delayed due to the pandemic. It'll add an F-18 jet, which is the first fighter aircraft being added to the game. And while the delay is unfortunate, it's really not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. The game's world updates and recent performance improvements have made considerable improvements to the overall experience, and there's plenty more updates like these on the way. Before we get to this week's final story, I'd just like to say thanks for tuning in. Let us know what you want to see from Battlefield 2042. Are you waiting for the beta launch date? Do you want more gameplay footage? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. The Warzone and Cold War Season 5 Reloaded update is probably the Battle Royale's final expansion before Call of Duty Vanguard launches. It adds a new mode called Clash. It's a 50 vs 50 TDM experience that offers respawns. A numbers event will go live on the 21st that activates the mobile broadcast stations scattered around Verdansk. Interacting with these stations will reward you with $2,000 to buy loadouts and other gear. The update also adds a ton of cosmetics to Warzone, including the iconic Judge Dredd as an operator skin. And that wraps it up for this week in gaming. As always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.